So here Lisandro Martinez has possession, and you can see that Manchester United's midfield double pivot, as well as Bruno Fernandes, are condensed over to that left side, which first of all works to offer Martinez more shorter passing options, but also forces the Arsenal midfield to shift over to that side. And you can see that Garnacho has picked up a clever position in United's right-sided half space, in behind Merino, between him and Martinelli. But Martinez intelligently recognises that the play is too condensed on that side, and so does Maguire, dropping off very deep and shifting over to that side to open up a passing lane away from Kai Havertz's pressure. And this is why being patient, not always looking forward, and being prepared to go backwards is so important, as in this situation, by going back to Maguire, United are able to draw the Arsenal forward and midfield lines high up the pitch, and as Maguire receives a ball here, this is where we see his qualities as a central centre-back in a back three, and I would argue, in possession, Maguire is by far our best option in this role, because a centre-back without Maguire's passing range probably opts for the easier pass out to De Ligt, wherefrom the Dutchman would be under immediate pressure from Martinelli, and by the time De Ligt is able to play the pass up the line to Dalot, Arsenal would have had time to shift across and close off the space on United's right side. But Maguire's vision and pass is fantastic, taking Martinelli and the rest of the Arsenal midfield out of the game, and from this angle you can see the space that's been created for Garnacho simply through Martinez going backwards to Maguire and enticing the Arsenal midfield line higher up the pitch. Now before I go on, a quick reminder, I do have an in-game Instagram group chat. We had some interesting discussion and analysis throughout the Arsenal game, but you can also sign up for the tier below if you just want some unreleased videos and some interesting articles that I'm going to be releasing over the next week. Also, I am writing an ebook which should be out towards the end of the month, so if you do sign up, you will get it for free if you sign up to the Instagram group chat. So if you're in the chat when it comes out, you'll get it for free, and it will save you a bit of money compared to if you're just buying the book outright. So I'll leave the Patreon linked in all the usual places. But also, I think the build-up to this goal shows how aerial ability can be underrated in wing-backs, as from this type of pass, because Lewis Skelly, the Arsenal left-back, is so quick to read the pass and jump out of the back line, even if Dalot was able to bring the ball down from Maguire's pass, immediately Lewis Skelly is going to be there to apply pressure on his first touch. However, by winning the header, Lewis Skelly is now caught high up the pitch. Now from here, even though it is a mistake and a slip from Gabriel, we do see the importance of having pace in at least one of the interior forward positions, as if this is what you'd define as more of a central attacking midfielder, rather than more of a wide attacker like Garnacho, such as Goncalves or Trincao, who Amorim had at Sporting. They may not have the pace that Garnacho does to take advantage of the slip and the space provided and race forward as fast as he does. However, despite this eventually resulting in a goal, I think we have to talk about Højlund's movement here. I've been critical of Højlund's ability to hold up the ball throughout Amorim's tenure, with him also being poor in this regard in this game, only managing to really win one duel off the top of my head against Saliba and Gabriel throughout the whole game, and even then he was fortunate as he clearly elbowed Saliba. But even in this situation, on the attack, a 3v2, with Saliba unable to move across and mark him, as he has to be prepared to eventually move out and close down Garnacho as he races into the box, Højlund's movement is still terrible. I mean, this really isn't a hard run to identify. Højlund has to recognise the dilemma that Saliba's in, and the fact that he has to hold his position, and even behind him, he should know that Timber has to worry about Fernandes at the back post. The obvious run is a simple run, just directly forward into this space, which would have opened up the opportunity for Garnacho to play a curling pass around Saliba, giving Højlund a 1v1 opportunity that if the pass was right, he could have took first time. Højlund initially looks like he's going to make this run, but for some reason he seems to be slowing up to try to get in behind Timber to make a run towards the back post, which is straight up just an example of poor football intelligence, as clearly the best run to create an opportunity for himself is just to sit on the shoulder of Saliba a few yards behind him to then burst into the space around the penalty spot. But even if he isn't going to make a run to receive the ball himself and wants to make a facilitating run to drag Timber deep and across the box to open up the space for Fernandes, the run to make is still straight ahead. There's absolutely no reason why Højlund should be trying to get behind Timber in order to make a run to the left side of the box, either from a goal scoring perspective or even when looking to open up the space for Fernandes. He doesn't do Garnacho any favours with the run, but to be fair, Garnacho shows great awareness and composure to carry on running with the ball and wait for the passing lane to Bruno to open up, and as Garnacho is about to square the pass at exactly the right time, with the perfect weight for Bruno to hit first time, look at where Højlund is. Even if Garnacho does try to find Højlund with a much harder curling pass towards the back post, Højlund at this point isn't even in a position to reach it. I mean, all he's doing here is allowing Timber to hold his position and actually reduces the space of Fernandes and makes the pass harder for Garnacho. Luckily Garnacho gets the pass right right, and Bruno is able to hit it first time with the perfect connection, because you can see here, due to Højlund's positioning, Timber's able to hold a position in this space, meaning that Bruno doesn't even have the option of taking a first touch, and has to hit it first time. But the shot from Bruno is another example of why he's elite, and clearly United's best attacking player at the moment as he wraps the ball into the corner, giving United the lead. Now I'm going to be doing more videos on the striker situation at United, going through who I think United should sign, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell for notifications, and if you want access to the in-game Instagram group chat, I'll leave it linked on the screen now.